Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Life of Brian. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. I'm in my 2002 Pontiac Firebird WS6. Just took it for a quick
Was it detailing on that
wash.
bezel?
Give me one second. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I just finished taking the WS6 for a quick wash and heading to work. And I was actually going to do a 5 things video. 5 things I violently oppose about this car, but as I was doing a walk around and thinking about it, I honestly can't think of 5 things that I don't like about this car. It's not a perfect car, God knows. It's a 23-year-old Pontiac, but quite honestly, other than the driver's side window not really working, there's really no other issues I have or have had with this car. There is a check engine light that's on, but that's basically due to what the previous owner did with the exhaust, and that's not really a big deal. But yeah, I mean, everything in this car still looks pretty good. I mean, I did an interior sweep earlier in the video, but as you guys can see, I mean, the interior looks good. Nothing's cracking, nothing's ripped. Previous owners took great care of the car, but the interior still looks solid. Exterior looks solid as well. Nothing really creaks or rattles or makes weird sounds. Nothing's broken, knock on wood. I mean, the seatbelt holder clip thing did come off, but I think that's just because when I took the car in initially for I forgot why I took the car in. It's just some minor, I think it was like an inspection or some tires or something. A fairly large gentleman was in the car, and I think him coming in and out basically broke that thing. That's just a cheap little plastic, you know, whatever. You can get a replacement on Amazon. But anywho, other than that, this car has been just completely great, problem-free. Love the manual in this car. It's a little rubbery, a little bit notchy, but you know, I think it's a Hurst. Yeah, I think it's a Hurst shifter. But I love the big steering wheel, which is very thin, but as kind of crappy as it may look to hold or use, it's actually very comfortable in the hand, feels good. The seats, again, surprisingly enough, although they also look pretty crappy and look like they are assembled in Malaysia, they're actually very comfortable for long drives. Very good on the back, they don't beat you up. The car looks fantastic. I constantly get thumbs up and comments about how the car looks and sounds. The aftermarket exhaust, which is basically the only thing that's not stock on this car, sounds really good. I think people really appreciate this car, and not even so much just people who like. I mean, inevitably I'll get the people who drive the Mustangs, the Camaros. They'll always want to like give me a thumbs up or talk about the car, because you know, obviously this car was produced for the pony car wars, to compete with Mustang, and of course it's stablemate the Camaro. But I think people really prefer and love the Firebirds over the Camaros of this age. You don't see too many actually Firebirds on the road, period. But of this era, of this age, I'd see more Camaros than the Firebirds. But maybe that's why, maybe they're not very common. I love the way these cars look. They're very aggressive. That nose, the snouts on the front end of the car. Now, has this car aged as well as say something like the NSX or the Supra? Probably not. But it doesn't look gaudy. It doesn't look awkward. It doesn't look like a Countach or anything. I still think it looks, you know, adequately modern. Something that, you know, you could definitely see coming out still today, although they don't make cars like this anymore, unfortunately, which is really the point of this video, right? It's really sad that they don't make cars like this anymore. This 2002 WS6 is the last of the Firebirds, and was the top trim level. And of course, Pontiac went defunct in 2010, I believe. So they're definitely not going to come out unless they revive Pontiac. They're definitely not going to come out with any more Firebirds. I've seen mock-ups. I've seen kind of like some internet stuff where people kind of you know, draw up or imagine what a new Firebird would look like. Those are pretty cool. But I mean, this car is of an earlier bygone era, right? Where you obviously have the manual. That doesn't even exist anymore. 99% of cars, other than the Mustang, all the other pony cars are gone, which is really sad, actually. I've never been a Mustang fan, but I've always kind of admired, you know, the whole muscle car genre. I appreciate Mustangs. I don't personally like them, but I appreciate them. I've always liked Firebirds. Camaros, I'm not violently opposed to, but, you know, it's just sad that, you know, those cars don't exist anymore and probably won't ever again. But, you know, this car, it's a very usable car, surprisingly enough. You know, you'd think, you know, for a 2002 Pontiac, you know, other than the you know, mechanical issues that you might be worried about, or like reliability or stuff like that, interior being trash. I mean, none of those, at least in my car, exist. But even beyond that, it's a usable car. You have a usable back seat. I constantly take my kids in this car. The trunk, although it's kind of short or narrow, it's pretty deep, pretty cavernous, so you can fit a good amount of stuff in there. You can fit an extra 3 passengers, and you have a manual. You know, what else do you want? It's a really fun car to drive, and like I said, this car is not, you know, stupidly expensive, but honest, for what it is, for the enjoyment, fun factor it gives you, I think it actually should be a lot more than what it is. I think a lot of cars out there, you know, because of their badge, because of their heritage, because of whatever, just YouTuber hype, car tuber hype, they just get a lot more love, and that reflects in the costs or the price that people pay. But these Firebirds, again, I've only ever had one, but this 2002 Firebird is it's a blast. You know, especially if you like having a manual car, shifting your own gears, you like having a car that other people don't have, you know, you like not, you like standing out in the crowd a little bit, not just having what everyone else has, especially in this kind of, in this price point, you know, where you're not in supercar territory, you're not luxury territory, whatever, but you're just, you know, in a fun sports car. Can you guys name me one car that is more unique, more fun, than this Pontiac Firebird? I'd be hard pressed to find one. I remember when I watched Jay Leno's video when he did it during COVID of his 2002 WS6. I think this is like a dark blue, beautiful car. And he was just saying like how much he enjoys it and how it's just overlooked, and it's one of his favorite cars. And of course, he has like all sorts of amazing unicorns. Now that I own one, and now that I've got a chance to drive it, I completely agree. This is definitely one of my favorite cars. Definitely top 10, top 5, maybe top 6, top 7. But it's just a very fun car to drive. It's a unique car because obviously Pontiac's dead. These Firebirds are not coming out anymore. You see Corvettes, you see Mustangs everywhere. Even the Camaros. I know what they axed the Camaro 2 years ago or a year ago. So there's not going to be, in theory, any more Camaros coming out. But you see Camaros on the road. You see Mustangs. You see Corvettes. You do not see a lot of Firebirds. And I think even if you don't like Pontiac as a brand, you got to respect this car, right? You got to respect what it stood for, and you know, just giving people affordable fun, affordable power. It's basically kind of a trimmed down, detuned Corvette, if you will. But even in, you know, today, like, I forgot what the horsepower is in this car. It's definitely 300. I don't know if it's 320, something like that. It's above 300 or at 300, and that's all you need. That's all you need in this car. You got plenty of power. You got a fun 6-speed manual, and you got a lot of usable space. This car is good if you want to commute, if you run errands, you got kids. Great car, guys. Just a really, really great car. And like I said, I was going to do a five things video, but I honestly can't think of 5 things that I don't like about this car. So if you get a chance, guys, definitely check out a 2002 Pontiac Firebird WS6. Again, I can't speak to the other trims, but the WS6, the way it looks, the way it drives, just chef's kiss. Great, great car. Really, really fun car. I love this car. So hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, comment below, like, subscribe. Please support the channel. Hope to catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.